Huh. I wonder what this button does. Hey, whoa, 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 hang on! Hey there, kids. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Uncle Frank, hoping that you are having a great day. And in today's video, we are going to be diving back into the wonderful world of Pokemon hype as we discuss recent events in the TCG world. And yeah, I know that a lot of people like to talk about the current TCG bull market and how it has absolutely gripped the Pokemon card game in particular. But I think, especially when it comes to Pokemon, it's less of a bull market and more of a FOMO market, as people are absolutely frothing at the mouth, trying to make their money's worth when it comes to Pokemon cards. And this causes them to make decisions that, in my opinion, aren't always the most well thought out. They're baking bread without flour, so to speak. We got two pieces of news to talk about today. We are talking about the world's Pikachu situation, as well as the Japanese Pokemon cards. Let's cover the world's one first, because I think it's the quicker story. Pokemon Center has put out a World's 2025 Pikachu promo that you could buy, and it sold out right away. Gone. It's all out. Everybody who could get a hold of one got a hold of one, and people are demanding more and more than could possibly be found on the website, right? And this is just a simple stamped promo. It's not some super crazy card. I saw the art. I don't think the art was anything impressive. In fact, I think the stamp on the card, the 2025 World stamp, I really felt like that detracted from the artistic beauty of the card. But I suppose my opinion of it doesn't matter. What matters is that people still wanted it enough to completely clear the card out from the Pokemon Center in under a day. Now, why do I think that's a half-baked plan right there? Well, because we already know that more are coming. There's at least two ways I know of that more of this card is coming to the market, okay? We know that the Pokemon League is going to be giving them out. So if you go to a Pokemon store and you participate in their league, I think it's either a chance or a prize card for participants. So more is coming. And then I think Pokemon announced that it's teaming up with GameStop to get more of these promo cards out there. And look, if they're just dumping them through GameStop and putting them out through their tournaments, there's probably going to be a lot of these out there. You know, not a guarantee or anything, but chances are decent. What a weird thing. I don't think the card looks that good, so I don't know why people were freaking out about it. Maybe there's something, going on that I don't know. Maybe it's actually secretly stupid rare, but I don't know. It didn't look that rare, and it didn't look that good. So, in my opinion, it's not really worth the hype. But moving on. McDonald's in Japan has announced the newest string of Pokemon promotional Happy Meal toys, which actually come with toys this time instead of cardboard coloring books or whatever. But they also come with McDonald's promotional cards. And we've seen these from time to time. They do it, every so often, every 2 years or so, there's a new McDonald's promotional Pokemon card. And it has been for a while. And every time a McDonald's promotion has come out while there's been a Pokemon craze, there's been some fun news stories, to say the least. And this one's no different. And I gotta say, as opposed to the World's Pikachu, which I think didn't look that great, and I definitely didn't like the stamp, the McDonald's Pikachu for this year, I like because it's Pikachu getting ready to chow down on a cheeseburger. And you guys all know me, I like my cheeseburgers. With that said, there are a plethora of stories about people trying to scalp it, people trying to get into McDonald's the second they open and buy up all the cards, buying the necessary amount of meals, and then just taking the cards home and leaving the actual meals they bought to get the cards just sitting on the sidewalk, which, if that is true, that's very wasteful. I mean, like, you could have bought the meals, taken the cards, and then given the meals to, like, the homeless or something, right? Or, I don't know, taking them to a school and giving the meals out to the kids. I feel like there's definitely a better way you could have done that than just dumping them on the sidewalk. But I digress. Why do I think this one's a bit silly? Well, because we've seen McDonald's cross promotions before, and very rarely are any of the McDonald's Pokemon promo cards really all that collectible and desirable after the promotion is over. During the hype, and we've seen this before, during the hype, sure, there's a lot of demand for them because, people are just freaking out trying to get as much Pokemon as they can, right? So it can seem like during the mad rush to get all as much Pokemon products as possible, it can seem like there's a lot of demand. But maybe like the first one from way back in the day, like 2011 or something, maybe that's pretty in demand, pretty rare, pretty collectible. But all the ones that have happened up since then, especially, the previous one that happened during the previous Pokemon bull market, not really all that collectible, not really all that in demand or desirable. And I have a gut feeling that if this promotion comes to America and we see similar activities here, people buying up meals just to get the cards, lots of food waste, scalping, stores literally pocketing the cards, managers pocketing the cards and walking out with them, I feel like it's going to just be silly, especially since I feel like in previous promotions, these cards aren't going to be that desirable after release. I think the cheeseburger Pikachu is funny, but I don't think a McDonald's promotional Pokemon card has done that well for any of them, really. And I just think it's kind of a weird thing to go full scalper mode on, So that's really all I have to talk about today. It's the fact that we're getting some interesting news regarding more Pokemon promotions, and people are really freaking out. Like, this tells you a few things, but the most important thing it tells you is that during this FOMO market, which it's a FOMO market, people aren't thinking as rationally as they would in a more normal market setting. Because in a normal market, if Pokemon was like it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago even, would people be going out to McDonald's and sitting in line just to buy as many Happy Meals as they could to get some promotional cards that aren't even going to appreciate that well on the secondary market? Probably not. They would probably not be sending literal bags of food down on the sidewalk while they walk home with some Pokemon cards. Not in a normal market. That's what leads me to call this a FOMO market, when people are freaking out with their fear of missing out, making decisions that they wouldn't be if things were a bit more rational. It's a bad sign, I think, when large chunks of the consumer base are making these kind of decisions, because it shows that when the tides turn, and they will turn, some people are going to be absolutely wiped out by their bad decision making. So, just be smart about the purchases you make. I've said this before, and I'll say it as got really itchy arms today. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's fine to make risky decisions, and it's fine to take risks in any market, but you can't just go ahead and make completely reckless decisions. Do some solid thinking, get all the information you can, and then make the decisions that might be risky or might be a bit on the crazier side. But if your investment plan involves going to McDonald's at 2 o'clock in the morning and buying as many Happy Meals as your fat arms can carry just to dump the food on the sidewalk so you can carry those Pokemon cards home, you're probably not making a very smart decision. I'm just going to say that. Anywho, that's all I got for you kids today. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it so very much if you did. Did I say leave a comment? Leave a comment down below. I'd appreciate that a lot too. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Hey there, you made it to the end of the video, and we're trying something different. We're going to be answering viewer questions. You guys know that I like to shake things up with my video formulas. Let's see how you guys like this. Noah Hayslip 9270 asks, are you going to review the Gundam card game? And yeah, I do intend to, at some point, hopefully soon, sit down and actually get some games in for Bandai's new Gundam TCG. It seems fun. My friends that have given it a try say it's very enjoyable, and I'd be lying if I said that the special decks that come with the minis didn't tempt me very much. I did place an order. I'm waiting to see if my stuff arrives, and once it does, I will give it a try, and yeah, there will be a video in the future. If you guys want your questions answered, leave them in a video, and maybe in the future, they'll be at the end just like this one. Ciao.